This is Unit 2 of Taxation of 5th Sem BBA of Mangalore University. There are 12 sessions in Unit 2, starting from session 13 till session 24. Unit 2 consists of deductions under section 80 and computation of total income and assessment of individuals. Under section 13, we shall study deductions under section 80C and 80CCC. The learning objectives are to understand the deductions allowed for SSC under section 80C and 80CCC. The outcome of this session is to comprehend the meaning of deductions under section 80, understand deductions under section 80C and 80CCC. The general principles for deductions from incomes, section 80A. From the gross total income, the deduction shall be allowed under sections 80C to 80U. We arrive at gross total income by adding the 5 heads of income, that is income from salary, income from house property, income from business and profession, capital gains and income from other sources. The aggregate amount of deduction shall not exceed the gross total income after excluding long-term capital gain, short-term capital gain specified in section 111A and casual incomes like winnings of lottery, races, card games, etc. Let us see section 80C for individual and HUF, Hindu undivided family. Payment of life insurance policy, provident fund and public provident fund. The deduction, the maximum limit is up to 1,50,000. Insurance policy. To effect or keep in force an insurance on the life of self, spouse or children, the life insurance premium paid on an insurance policy issued before 1st April 2012 shall not exceed 20% of actual capital sum assured. If the policy is issued on or after 1st April 2012, then it is 10% of capital sum assured. And in case of disabled or severely disabled or suffering from disease specified under section 80 DDB, it shall be 15% instead of 10% if the insurance policy is issued on or after 1st April 2013. With regard to the provident fund, contribution by an individual to superannuation fund or recognized provident fund, contribution by an employee to an approved superannuation fund or recognized provident fund, and contribution to public provident fund by an individual in his name, in the name of his spouse or children. NSC and mutual fund, National Savings Certificate, subscription to NSC 8th issue and 9th issue, interest due on NSC 8th issue and 9th issue, contribution to Unit Linked Insurance Plan 1971 of Unit Trust of India, subscription to any unit of mutual fund, and subscription on bonds issued by the NABARD. With regard to deposit, tuition fee and house property, term deposit for a fixed period of not less than 5 years with a scheduled bank, deposit in 5-year post office time deposit account, deposit in Senior Citizen Savings Scheme 2004, deposit in Sukanya Samriddhi account, tuition fees paid for the purpose of full-time education of 2 children, payment of loan installment towards purchase or construction of residential house property, and the income from which is chargeable to tax under the head income from house property. Section 80 CCC, this is in respect of contribution to certain pension funds. Deduction to an individual for any amount deposited in an annuity plan of the LIC or any other insurer for receiving pension from the fund. The deduction is the amount paid or rupees 1,50,000, whichever is less. Where the annuity is surrendered before maturity, the surrender value becomes taxable. The amount received as pension becomes taxable in the year of receipt. Where the amount has been allowed as a deduction under this section, no deduction with reference to such amount shall be allowed under section 80C. Let us see the recap of this session. Under section 80C, the deductions are in respect of life insurance premium paid, provident funds, NSC and mutual funds, deposits, tuition fees of children and installment of house property. Under section 80 CCC, the deduction is in respect of pension funds. This is the reference H.C. Mehrotra and Goyal. Income tax including tax planning and management, Sahitya Bhavan Publications, Agra.